Hi guys, Millbee the cyber pimp back here, and I'm ready to seduce more anime girls. Jesus, I thought I'd say that. Cyber pimp extraordinaire. So, this is a new route. I'm just chilling with one of my fans. I like to kiss my fans. On my face. So yeah, new route, new fun. Music has stopped. That's weird. Either way, what we're going to be doing is, right, if this is the first episode you've ever watched, episode 58, why are you jumping into a series 58 episodes deep? Go back to the beginning and watch them all. If you don't want to do that, you're missing out because there's a whole lot of fun to be had there. Oh, that's why the music stopped. My headphones turned up. LOL. If you're like waiting, if you don't want to watch the whole series, I don't know why you wouldn't, because I highly suggest you do, because I make a lot of in-jokes. There's a lot of in-jokes in our community now, in our little Katawa Shoujo watching community. I make references to older episodes quite a lot of times, and I definitely say it's worth watching. A lot of people think it's some of the better stuff I've done. This is gonna get on my nerves. When my headphones are charging, they tend to just fuck around all the time. Shut up, fucker. So, yeah, so, if you're not going to watch the whole series, then I suggest at least watching the first 16 episodes, because, oh my god, this is going to drive me batty. I suggest watching at least the first 16 episodes, because, basically, if you watch the first, I think it's the first 16, if you watch all 16 of those, you basically have covered everything up to the episode, everything, but not including hide and seek, everything before hide and seek. If you watch all of those, you'll basically have watched everything that I'm gonna miss out on, pretty much, yeah. Yeah, you pretty much have watched everything I missed out on. But I highly suggest watching it all if you can, because there's 57 episodes so far, not including this one. This is 58, but 57 episodes. They're all 30 minutes long. They're not all 30 minutes long. The average is 30 minutes. Some are a tiny bit shorter. Most are longer. Some are almost an hour long. If you take them all as 30 minutes, that's like 1,700 and something minutes, which I think I used to convert it, and it was like 29 hours, 10 minutes, if you assume that they're all 30 minutes, which some of them are not. Some of them are longer. Most of them are longer. The majority of them, there's more longer ones than there are short ones. There's very few ones less than 30 minutes. So there's at least, I would say at least 30-something hours, 30 plus hours in there for you to enjoy. Best part about YouTube, it never goes away. It'll be there forever. So, Headphones. It's funny, my headphones don't like being used whilst they're being charged, apparently. They just turn themselves off randomly. They'll turn themselves off. Anyway, so I'm going to skip ahead now. I think the first part we're skipping to will be about episode 7. So if you watch up to episode 7, you should get this, basically, or the episode before, just before 7 or something like that. So here we go. So here we are. We've been given the choice to read a book, go talk to Hanako, or wait for Shizune and Misha to come to a decision. We've already done this decision twice in the past, in other alternative worlds. We talked with Hanako the first time, and then we waited for Shizune and Misha to come to a decision. Now we're going to read my book and ignore everyone. I do what I always do when I don't know what to do. I do what I always do when I don't know what to do. I do what I do, that voodoo that you do. Like now. I've already started on one of the books I borrowed yesterday, and I took it with me to school to fill the empty moments between classes. Okay. I find the page that I creased a corner off to mark the spot I left yesterday night, and pick up from there. Misha and Shizune, I've like this chesty cough going on now, coughing up phlegm. Misha and Shizune are still arguing heatedly, probably about restaurants still. If I join them, I'd just get caught up in that, or worse, get grilled about joining the student council. So obviously, all of that stuff that we did before, the whole Shizune, I won't lie to you, I got really attached to Shizune. She was definitely my kind of lady, even though she isn't real. God, I hate it's so sad that. Misha isn't speaking aloud since there's nobody who need to hear what they are talking about. But why does she tend to sign things even when Shizune doesn't need to understand what's being said? Or even more strangely, when Shizune's not around at all? What an odd conflict of habits. I find it hard to focus on the book, and besides, the lunch break beckons me to leave the dullness of the classroom. There's no music, so just checking. I do so, heading down for the cafeteria. Misha and Shizune have come to the conclusion of one kind or another, following me in my wake, still talking in their animated fashion. Just around the corner of the hallway, something hits me in the chest with the force of a runaway train. Ah! This is where we first meet our new love interest. The wide-eyed, no-legged Emmy. When I was going down the first route, I thought I was almost tempted to go down Emmy's route instead. You take my breath away, who wants to live forever? Oh, death. Whoa, I'm sorry, I got really into the Highlander theme then. Opening my eyes, I see a pair of saucer-like green eyes looking up at me. They belong to the perpetrator, a short girl who bumped into me and has now fallen down onto the hallway floor. She wears a PE uniform and a very worried frown. The former strikes me as a rather strange thing to have on during a lunch break. I said it before, and I'll say it again. I love the short shorts. And the legs. The no legs. More striking than that, though, is that she doesn't have legs. Or she does, but they're not flesh and bone. Her pale and very much flesh and bone thighs end in shins and feet made of some black metallic or plastic-like material. I know I've done this before twice, but I feel like it's important because this is Emmy's route we're going down, and I feel like it's important to... I don't know. They look disturbingly artificial and unnatural. It almost makes me forget that my chest is hurting. The girl winces a little, rubs her nose, and jumps up. So I gotta give this girl a voice now. And... the first time I ever said I was like, oh man, I said that, I'm sorry, I was bored. It was like Misha, but it was more like, I'm not gonna lie this now. Ugh. Oh my god, I thought I have the perfect picture to put up for this one. No, next one, I have a better one to put up for this one. Not a better one, I have one that I want to put up because it's more sense than what happened in the last episode. Next, the one after this one, I have a perfect one for this series. I'm not gonna lie. So I can go, oh man, hey, you alright? I'm sorry about that, really. How's that one? Oh man, hey, are you alright? Oh man, hey, are you alright? I'm sorry about that, really. That's the same as fucking Lily. Oh, hey. No, Lily was like, oh, hello. Oh man. And Shizune was like, wait, I'm really bad with female voices. Even end up like this, like, oh man, hey, you alright? I'm sorry about that, really. That's like, I think that would get annoying. Oh man, hey, you alright? I'm sorry about that, really. I wasn't looking where I was going, and you just came out of nowhere. Sorry. She's looking really apologetic, in the hurt puppy way of looking apologetic. I quickly forget about being angry. It was his eyes. Since hurt puppies are my weak... Oh yeah, the hurt puppies. I love hurt puppies. It's okay, don't worry about it. Oh, Did the music just stop? Don't worry about it. I say that, but there's a stinging pain growing in my chest, and I know that this is about the biggest possible danger for my condition. Don't overexert yourself. Don't forget your medication. And most of all, don't get hit in the chest. I try to rub my solar plexus to chase the pain away, holding my breath in an attempt to hear my heartbeat. Oh my. It seems normal. Hey, should I get a nurse? The worried, high-pitched voice of the girl snaps me out of it. She's like, okay. That's more like panties. I'm not gonna lie, it's panties. She's wearing panties. I stared at her for a few seconds, dumbfounded, until I realised that I probably looked worse off than I really was. Doubled over myself and looking all tense. Damn, I'm overly worried about my heart. No need, I'm fine. Managing to say something in response, I pull myself upright, feeling my sore ribs one last time, and take a deep breath. She just knocked the wind out of me, big time. But it's nothing more than that. It took the wind out of me for sure.
You sure you're okay? I hit you pretty hard.
It's okay. I said I was fine. Nothing's broken. No harm done.
That's good.
I feel a hand on my shoulder at the same time, the girl's very eyes widen in horror.
Eep!
Oh wait, I think we've done this bit, haven't we? Okay, well, whatever. We know what happens here, so we'll skip ahead. Okay, so we've done this bit before, but I'm going to do this bit again anyway, just because it gives us more for Emmy. This is basically it's a little bit after you've woken up and you've just gone down to the running track and you've met her there.
Good morning. Your name is Hisao, right?
She grins, seemingly pleased that she'd remembered my name.
You may not remember me. Emmy, I knocked you over in the hallway yesterday. Mr. Brasky?
She imitates Misha imitating Shizune, failing to get the same kind of subdued lilt into her high-pitched voice.
Mr. Brasky?
How could I forget such a blunt introduction? Emmy has the decency to look vaguely apologetic for a moment before giggling.
Yeah, sorry about that again.
Well, so long as you don't make a habit of it, I suppose I'll be fine.
Great!
I'm not sure she realised I was joking. So the spy consultant the nurse was talking about, is that actually you?
That's right!
Oh. Oh. I was expecting someone from the nursing staff, to be honest.
Oh, what are you saying? I don't look like I could be a spy?
No, it was more like a relief. I was afraid he would have someone to watch my every move. Unless you're here to do exactly that.
No, I'm here for my own reasons. The nurse just asked me if I'd seen a messy-head transfer student who looks like he's kind of lost around the track.
So why are you down here? Emmy strikes a dramatic pose.
Training!
For what?
Track.
Ah, I see. You're on the track team then. Emmy nods enthusiastically.
Yep, I'm one of the better runners too.
And modest about it. That's not too much like. I should be sure, is it? No, I think it's okay.
Hey, you should join up. It's good exercise, you know.
I think that much activity is probably out of the question for me. Nah, I'm not even sure I really like running that much. Plus, I'm not into organised sport, you know? I don't bandy or world. It's true, I never really got that much into soccer. I mean, I'd run around with my friends and all, but that really was the only reason I ever played. It wasn't for the glory to be found on the field, that's for sure. Emmy seems to understand my meaning.
Oh, I see. Not into that whole organisation thing. But now you're here, I guess we're gonna run together, huh?
What? Sure, I guess. Emmy seems pleased.
Are you gonna warm up?
Really? Real men don't warm up. You know, real men that just go straight in. They wing it, ham.
Oh no, you always warm up bad, Hisao.
She scolds me enthusiastically, but then smiles and leans closer. She did. She's got me ready.
I hate warming up too.
She laughs suddenly. No.
Heck, I don't even have to stretch my legs.
As if to confirm her statement, she bounces up and down a couple of times, giving a passing impression of standing on a pair of springs. Her leg blades seem to be quite elastic.
Let's go.
So we both take off around the track, and I can immediately see that she wasn't lying about being good at running. Emmy moves fluidly, throwing herself into the run with a sort of wild abandon. I find myself concentrating more on running properly. Hands spread, right? And something about hitting on the balls of your feet rather than the heels. I try to match my stride to Emmy's, but it's pretty difficult. Apparently I'm not very good at it. Maybe Emmy could help me with that sometime. I'm not really feeling up to more, and then a couple of laps a day and slow to a walk pretty quickly. Right, I'm just gonna... Emmy keeps running and doesn't seem to notice I've stopped until she passes me a second time. She quickly skids to a halt, breathing steadily in contrast to my own somewhat gasping demeanour.
Finished already?
I hang my head ruefully. Yeah. I'm not in a very good shape right now. Emmy nods and then grins at me again. She seems to do a lot of smiling.
Well, that's an important thing you started, right? Next time you can try to hold out longer, and then longer, and longer, and eventually you'll be great.
I'll keep that in mind. But I think right now I'm going to get ready for class. Shouldn't you? Emmy shrugs unconcernedly.
Nah, I got plenty of time.
I notice that she's not wearing a watch. You sure? Another careless shrug.
Not really, but I gotta finish my routine. See you later, Hisao.
Yeah, see ya. I'm not sure whether this morning's experiment was a success or failure, but I'll admit that I do feel slightly good about getting out there this morning. Skip ahead. Okay, so I was skipping around, and I apparently I've come to a new bit of dialogue. I don't know. Hanako nods quickly and retreats with haste. I was just, hang on, let me try and get a gist of where we are here. So Hanako came in to check something. Looking for Lily. There you go, okay. So anyway, there you go. Okay, so yeah, they're talking about the festival, and at this point you haven't gone with them, you haven't sided with Lily, you're like on your own, so
what were we talking about? Oh yeah, we're really working hard to make the festival happen.
And driving other people insane along the way. Well, good luck with that. I stand up to leave, making my exit before either of them manages to berate me anymore for slacking off. The halls are somewhat quiet, as expected. Everyone must be in the club meetings or at festival preparations, or both. Shizune's words about being a slacker echo in my head. I feel a bit guilty about not contributing, but I seem to lack the resolve to do something concrete about the matter. For the festival, it's too late already, unless I count helping Shizune and Misha, which I naturally don't. And clubs, I don't know. Maybe I'm not a club type of person. Halfway through the way from the school building to the dorms, I spot a figure in the front of the dorms. It's Rin. It looks like she's working on her mural today, too. I walk over to her, but she doesn't seem to notice me approaching. She's sitting on an upturned box, looking intently at the wall. She's painting with a brush held between her toes. The mural has progressed considerably since yesterday, but it's still only half done as far as I can tell. More colours have appeared and the twisted human-like figures have spread and increased in number. I have to say that the style is quite eye-catching and very unique. Not that I would be knowledgeable about an art by any measurable scale, but it's very nice looking, nevertheless. I clear my throat to get her attention, but not startle her so that her concentration won't break. Wait. She doesn't even turn to check who it is. I'll wait. "15 minutes later, I decide that her concentration is indeed unbroken, and also that I have waited long enough to warrant poking her gently on the shoulder to remind her of my presence. Rin turns her head mechanically in my direction, ending up staring at my crotch level. "Oh, it's you, Hisao." "She can tell?" "Oh, yeah. She can tell? I would feel a lot less uncomfortable if she would look at my face." "An astute observation. Hard at work, I see." The conversation starts as if it hadn't been here for a quarter of an hour already, but it's not a concern. At least it starts. "Looking good." It does. The layers of paint hiding other layers of paint, mixing and the shaping the human figures really creates an impressive look. But Rin looks miffed. She's right miffed about that. "You shouldn't comment on a work in progress. 7 years of bad luck." "Sounds terrible, I guess. I'll take it back then." Yeah, come on. "Still, it looks good. I wonder if I got 14 years of bad luck for thinking that." Rin turns back to her, looking at her painting, and pokes it with her big toe. "Could you mix some of this colour? I'm running out of it." She looks down at half-empty bowl with the remains of the same pinkish paint in it. I didn't really intend to stay and help her with the projects, though. I guess I didn't intend to do anything much. I look at Rin. She looks emptily back at me. Just this once. Rin picks up another brush and drenches it in another tone of pale red. There are dozens of similar bowls all around her working area. From the looks of the scene, she could have been sitting here for hours. I wonder if she has. That would mean she'd have been skipping school, though, which I, of course, wouldn't put beyond someone like Rin. I pour a little bit of white and red into the bowl, trying to match the colour with the one already on the wall. I can't seem to get it right. It's really inconvenient for her not to mix enough in the first place. Getting it to be exactly the same tone will be impossible, but at least I can try to get it as close as I can. Speaking of hard work, isn't that a huge workload for you too? It's such a big painting and all. Oh, I'm not old and bitter enough yet to think like that. I guess you aren't. You guess right. Legs hurt though. They feel like slugs. Slugs made of sea slugs. Because of the position? Yeah, I like doing it in a horizontal position more, if you know what I'm talking about. But it can't be helped. Can't ask the wall to lay down. We talking about the wall, or? Saying that, she stretches herself a little, bending her legs and back far more than a human should flex. It's astonishing how effortlessly she manages her body around. There's a small flinch in her otherwise blank expression, a hint of pain maybe, as she stretches out her calves. Rin must have stamina and dexterity far above for a normal person to be able to live like she does, but she's wearing out working like this. Why push yourself so much? Take a break or something at least. Continue tomorrow if it's bad. This gives her a pause. A long one too, feeling like a mental yawn. I don't think so, Hisao. I'm not pushing myself. You sure looks like you are. No, it's not about pushing or pulling or anything related to that kind of thing. There's this boy. A boy? Yeah. Where? At the art club. He's blind. Oh! How can you paint if you're blind? No idea. So why is he there? That's the point, he's there. She really should speak more than one word at a time to make this feel more like a discussion and less like an interrogation. He can't really do anything at all. Anything you'd call art, right? But he comes there anyway and paints. Why? I don't know. Why? I don't know. That's why I asked. I like Rin. So, he doesn't paint often, but I think his paintings are very interesting. I'm sure they are. I once tried that. Painting my eyes closed. It wasn't too interesting. And cleaning up the floor took ages. I'll try again. But he's becoming better at sculpting. Better sculpting. Maybe she was trying to make a point with this. Maybe she forgot she had one. Seems like the art club is full of interesting people. Not really. Pretty blunt statement. She's totally missed the sarcasm. No? Just like I said, they're not very interesting. I just don't have much interest in people who are not interesting. Maybe you have. Maybe. But that boy is interesting. Maybe I'm like that boy, or maybe you are. Maybe everyone is. Doing things you can't do just because you can. It's pretty deep, I think. And tell that to her. You're a deep one. You're a deep one, you are. Nah, I'm a really shallow and thoughtless person. People say that to me all the time. Do you know, I can only think of 4 things at the same time. No, but now I do. Right now, I'm thinking of the second floor's girls' toilet, ice cream flavoured ice cream, the middle toe, and a haircut. I'm gonna need a haircut. Whoa, what was that? She just... She's had a fit then. She's turning into a monster. She just shakes and then grows another head. She shakes her head vigorously, letting her short and messy hair ruffle wildly around. I can see that doing it is something she likes to do. We fall silent as Rin treads about absent-mindedly, poking some brushes around. The thought about the art club sticks in my head for a while longer. I feel like I'm treading on unknown territory with art. The way these meetings with Rin go, it's as though I'm starting a smoking habit or something. I should probably stop talking with her. It's not like I dislike her, despite the confusion her being herself causes, and I don't dislike her art either. I've even drawn for fun sometimes. I just don't have a real creative drive or any technical skill. So usually, if I were to draw something, I get white paper syndrome and just freeze completely. That, or I manage to draw something disfigured and promptly get frustrated at my inability to put the picture in my head down on the paper, then call it quits without even really trying to make an effort. Rin clearly doesn't have this problem, but she frustrates me in another way. Being with her is like looking in a mirror that doesn't reflect anything. It makes one question the sanity of the act. Rin sits down on her box, swaying from side to side, apparently comfortable with the uncomfortable silence. She's staring at me again, or maybe over my shoulder. I can't quite figure out where her eyes are focused on. I'm thinking of leaving so she can carry on working undistracted and that I can do whatever I'm going to do alone. It's not like I have anything that must be done today. Oh shoot. Who? Nobody. I just forgot to tell Hanako that Lily was looking for her. Do you know her from my class? Oh, her. The mystery toilet girl. The person is funny. I saw her go to the toilet 5 times during one recess 3 weeks ago. I'm sure it was a world record. It was very mysterious. That's why you call her the mystery toilet girl? Whatever reason could there possibly be? Well, if there is, it's an eternal mystery. I didn't follow her in there. Maybe it was the week before that. Could have been. Looking at her makes me hungry. I'll say that. At least not around her. Rin turns to look at me blankly, as if she's not sure why I reproved her. But she doesn't acknowledge understanding any more than before, so I give up at this point. So, do you want to go eat dinner then? No, not yet. Rin has turned her hungry gaze back to the wall, looking slightly more energetic, or at least slightly less lethargic than she did before. It's as if the wall is an opponent she has to vanquish, something she must overcome before she can indulge in dinner. This is the feeling I get. A weird sense of empty overcomes me and makes me smile a little to myself. For all her oddity, Rin is pretty cool after all. I'll be going, anyway. Have fun. Rin has already grasped a brush and is dipping it into fresh paint, so of course she can't hear me anymore, or doesn't answer anything, even if she does. Adhering to the nurse's nagging voice in the back of my head, I set my alarm clock to wake me up early enough to go jogging again. I made a promise, and I'm going to keep it. Besides, Emmy is bound to rat on me if I don't show up. But it's not all that bad. So, it's a bit disjointed at the moment, all of this. That scene kind of popped up in the middle of nowhere. There was no choice around it. It's kind of caught me out of nowhere, so I'm sorry if it's hard to follow, but I don't know. That seemed more like it'd be suited on a Rin route, but it's all because I chose to read, basically. My morning alarm goes off, and I flail about uselessly for a while until I remember that I decided to give morning runs another shot. I don't know if this is my greatest idea, but I'm determined to keep going. This is about my health, after all. Sure, things haven't been great lately for me, but that hasn't made my existence so intolerable that I'm not going to try everything I can to stay healthy. Besides, it's all about asserting some kind of control over this thing, right? If I can manage that, well, I can manage anything. At least that's what I keep telling myself. Right, so this should be the bit where I get on Emmy's route, basically. Once again, it would appear that I'm not alone in my run. Emmy has apparently been here for some time. It looks like she's already worked up a good sweat. Just when the hell did she come down here anyway?
Oh, it's you! I'm surprised to see you here again.
Why's that?
Well, not many people actually manage to come back for a second try.
She frowns. I don't like that voice. She frowns, seemingly annoyed by a passing thought.
Like the rest of the track team, for instance. Still, it was only one to be volunteer basis. It was not that big of a shock. I guess it's pretty early in the morning.
A shrug, and suddenly it appears she's forgotten what she was talking about. The frown disappears entirely, and she seems to snap back to her previous train of thought.
So come on then.
What?
You're here to run again, right?
Well, yeah.
So come on.
I find myself suddenly grabbed and yanked onto the track. Things seem to be set on mirroring yesterday's run. That is, I seem to be struggling while Emmy moves with an effortlessness that I find enviable. It's incredibly bothersome, to be so easily worn out. I know I should be patient, work towards things gradually, but it's difficult to stay positive about this. We round the track and start on our second lap. Emmy seems to have grown impatient keeping pace with me and begins to pull away. This is where I gave out yesterday. Will I be able to do more? So this time, we take it easy. We normally would. But now, we go for it. We make that run. We run for it and to impress Emmy. Go for it. What am I doing here? Am I really just going to fold and let Emmy pull ahead? I speed up. The second lap's done quickly, and without even considering it, I keep going. Emmy looks back over her shoulder at me and grins.
Still going?
Wouldn't want you to think I'm out of shape. Oh, Jesus. Emmy laughs without breaking her stride, no less, and speeds up even more. Well, if this is the way we're going to play things. I increase my own pace as well, and die. I can feel my lungs burning, and my legs are starting to question just what the hell I'm doing. Lactic acid screams in my muscles, but I close my ears.
Ah! What are you doing? What are you doing, you bastard?
That's his leg screaming at him. I can't let myself fall behind, because that would be a loss. The rational voice in my head inquires mildly just when we started playing a game. Sorry, there we go. I'd answer it, but I'm having a lot of trouble thinking at present. She's so fast. How the hell does she keep it? It's like a string pulling at my chest and a choking feeling of narrowness and pain. Before I can think of anything else other than, oh shit, the track disappears from under my feet. I stumble, one hand shooting down to clutch at my chest, the other hitting the track to keep me from falling on my face. Emmy whirls around, her eyes widen.
So?
She yells at me, sprinting from the other side of the track.
What's wrong?
Nothing, just keep your breathing steady. Calm down, don't panic. Don't panic.
Do you need me to get the nurse?
I close my eyes, shutting out the outside world. My heart struggles to regain its rhythm. Slowly, the pain in my chest begins to subside. Emmy, you're trying to kill me, god damn it. Soon, it's gone, like nothing happened. It was nothing? No, something happened there. I open my eyes again and glance at a very worried Emmy. Sorry about that. I think I'm fine. My voice sounds weird, even to myself. Oddly even and matter-of-fact, it makes Emmy frown.
I don't think you are.
She seems to come to a decision and nods to herself.
Right, you're coming with me. You gotta see the nurse.
Emmy grabs my arm and drags me up. I feel a bit wobbly, but I refuse the shoulder Emmy offers for support. Honestly, I'm a little ashamed by my own weakness. I'd really rather not have Emmy concerned about me, but it seems to be too late. Heck, I'd really rather not have anyone concerned about my condition, though at this point, it seems to be too late for that as well. I'd like to be able to deal with the whole thing on my own, without being a bother to anyone else. While I'm wishing for things, I'd rather not have this condition in the first place. While I'm wishing for things, can I just be fine?
Nurse!
But that's where we're going to end for now. And then, because now it's going to be mostly all new stuff, I think. Yeah, it should be. So we'll end it here, guys. Thank you for watching. A bit of a disjointed episode, I know, but it should be pretty smooth sailing from here on. So like I said, guys, if you are all over the place on this, watch the first few episodes, or watch every episode, and then just cut back to here in your own time. They're going to be here forever. They'll be coming out every day. You have plenty of stuff to watch. You'll never run out in that. If you watch all the old ones, not too fast, you'll never have to play catch up. You never have to play catch up, so you'll never have to wait for new episodes, will you? You could stay a few episodes behind at a time. So, hope you enjoyed yourselves, guys. I've been Millbee. This has been Katawa Shoujo. Don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. See you next time.